So in this video, we are going to learn how to create Pipedrive leads for new attendee registered in Eventbrite. Now suppose guys you are hosting some kind of event and you are using Eventbrite to match all the online related tasks to that event, from ticket booking to each and everything. Now you want that whenever a new ticket is sold or whenever a new attendee, a new interested user registers for that event, then you want to add that same person as a new lead in Pipedrive. So let me tell you, you can completely automate this process. So the trigger of this automation will be getting a new registration or getting a new ticket order in Eventbrite. An action will be adding the same details or adding the same person who has registered or ordered a ticket into your Pipedrive CRM as a new lead. Now how you can set up this automation? To know this, you have to come with me to my screen.
So here guys, as you can see, we are on our Pabbly Connect dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. Now here guys, you will see, we will just go to our Eventbrite account. Now this is my Eventbrite account and I have created a couple of events over here. Now we want that every time a user is going to register for this event or buys the ticket of this event which we have created using Eventbrite, we want to add that same user, that same customer as a lead in Pipedrive. And to do this, we have to connect Eventbrite with Pipedrive. And to make this connection, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So after reaching to your Pabbly Connect's dashboard, click on this Create Workflow button and give this workflow a name. For example, I would like to name it as Eventbrite to Pipedrive. And then just click on Create. Now here you can see that our workflow is open. And in this workflow, you can see two different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those two concepts, those two principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's begin with our trigger window. So the idea here is, first, we are going to connect our Eventbrite account with Pabbly Connect in this trigger window, so that every time we receive a new order, a user is going to register for our event, automatically the details of that order, that registration will be received inside our Pabbly Connect workflow. Then after that, using Pabbly Connect, we are going to send the details of that same registrant into Pipedrive to add that user as a new lead over here. So let's see how it is done. Here in trigger window in choose app, search for Eventbrite. And then in trigger event from the drop down, select the trigger event as new order, because we want the response, we want to get the details whenever we receive a new order, a new booking in Eventbrite. Then just click on connect and select add new connection. So here we have to connect our Eventbrite account with Pabbly Connect, and to make this connection, click on this connect with Eventbrite button. And then because we have already logged into my Eventbrite account in my browser, here you can see the same account. Here it is asking us for the authorization permission. Just click on allow and we will see our Eventbrite account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. Now after making the connection, the first thing it asks us is the organization. So here guys, right now in my Eventbrite account, I have created only one organization that is named as Sonam Rai. So we are going to select that organization over here. And then it is asking us for the event. So here in the drop down below, you can see a list of all the events which we have created in Eventbrite. And here you can see that. And guys, out of all of these events, registration or order bookings from which event we want to receive inside Pabbly Connect, we have to select that particular event over here. So in this video, we are going to have a look on this event named as Seminar on Growing Your Business Startup. So I'm going to select that same event over here. Then guys, after selecting the event, the next thing it asks us, we have this option of save and send test request. We just have to click on the save and send test request button. And now it has changed to waiting for response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to get some response of a new order from Eventbrite of this particular event. So what we are going to do, we are going to basically make a test submission. We are going to place a test order, a dummy order. We will go to Eventbrite and we will copy the checkout link of this event page. We will go to the incognito tab and paste the same link. And here you can see that this is basically the event page which I have created for my event using Eventbrite. Let's select this reserve a spot option and let's enter the details of a test user, a dummy user, and place a test order. Here you can see that we have entered the details like this is the name of the user, this is the email address, this is once again we have entered the general information, general admission details of the ticket of the user. Select this I accept the Eventbrite terms and condition button and click on register. Now when we click on register, we will see just now we will receive a new registration, a new order in our Eventbrite event. And then because we have connected our Eventbrite account with Pabbly Connect, we will see the details of the same registration will be captured inside Pabbly Connect. So here in our Pabbly Connect workflow, you can see that just now we have received some response. Earlier it was waiting for webhook response, but now we have received the response. And here you can see that in this response, you can see the details of the same order which we have placed just now. You can see the webhook ID, you can see the user ID, the webhook endpoint, you can see the action, the event for which Eventbrite has sent the data to Pabbly Connect, that is order.placed. And here you can see the API URL. Now here in these responses, we can't see any details of the user who has registered for the event or who has ordered some tickets over here. So what we have to do, guys, basically using this API URL in response, we have to retrieve the details of this particular order or this particular attendee who has registered for the event. And to do this, we just have to scroll down and come to our action window. And here in choose apps, search for Eventbrite. Just select Eventbrite once again in the action window as well. After this, in action event from the drop down, we have to select the action event as get attendee by order ID. Just select this action event. Click on connect. And then because we have connected our Eventbrite account with Pabbly Connect in the previous step, you can select the existing connection and click on save. So once again in this action event, we have connected our Eventbrite account. Now after this, it is asking us order ID. So here in this field, we have to basically enter the order ID whose details or whose attendees details we want to retrieve in response. So because we have received this API URL, in this same API URL, here you can see that at last, here you can see the order ID of the same order. Now what we have to do, we have to enter the order ID over here, but here in response from Eventbrite, we have received the complete API URL. So we have to basically extract this order ID from this complete URL over here. And every time we are going to receive a new order, we are going to get this URL, the API URL of that order from Eventbrite inside Pabbly Connect. And from this Eventbrite API URL, we have to basically extract the order ID and enter it over here. Now to extract this order ID, this particular order ID from this complete URL, we are going to use a feature of Pabbly Connect that is called text formatter. So just click on this add action step button over here before the Eventbrite action step, and here in choose app, search for text formatter. Just select it. After selecting text formatter by Pabbly, the next thing it asks us is the action event. So from the drop down, we have to select the action event as text parser and click on connect. After clicking on connect, the first thing it asks us is the text. That what is the text using which we are to pass some data from which we want to extract some numbers or text. So we have basically this response of API URL from which we want to extract this order ID over here. So we have to basically map this response of API URL over here in this text field. And guys, the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field, and from the drop down here you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Eventbrite. And out of all of these responses, select this response of API URL and it will be mapped. Then it is asking us text match after. That after what text we want to extract the data. So we want to get this number which is after this URL. So text after match will be this URL over here. So we will just copy this URL till here from here and then paste it over here in this text after match. And then it is asking us in the next field, text match before. So here guys, we want to get the text before this slash. So after this URL and before this slash, the text between these two things will be received in response. So we are going to enter this slash over here in text match before and click on save and send test request. Now, when we click on save and send test request, here you can see that in response, we have extracted the order ID from this complete URL. So we have entered text match after because we wanted to get or extract the text after this URL over here. And in text match before, we wanted to get before the slash. So we have entered it over here. After getting this order ID in URL, we have to basically map this same order ID in this field of get attendee by order ID action step. So, but before doing that, because we have added a new step before this action step, just click on this connected button, select existing connection and click on save. So basically we have to reconnect our Eventbrite account so that we can actually map this response of a new step which we have introduced in the above this step over here. Then after this, just click here in this field of order ID, and this time in the drop down here you can see we have received a response from text parser as well. The response is of text formatter. From this response, select this response of order ID and it will be mapped over here. After this, just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see that in response, we have received some details. And in this response, you can see the details of the same order which we have placed just now in Eventbrite, the test order which we have placed. So here you can see the order ID, the URL over here. Then here you can see the name of the user who has placed the order, name of the customer, test attendee, the same name which we have entered. Then here you can see the same email address, you can see the full name and other details regarding the same order as well. Like this is a general admission and the user is attending over here. So in this way, you can see that the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. We have successfully received the response from Eventbrite of a new order of a new user registering for an event. And here guys, in Pabbly Connect, after receiving that response, we have also extracted or retrieved the details of the customer who has placed the order or who has registered over here as well. Now let's move to step 2. And in step 2, we have to send this same details of the registrant of the user who has placed the order and add this same user as a new lead in Pipedrive. And to do this, just scroll down, click on this add action step button over here. And then here in choose app, search for Pipedrive. Just select Pipedrive. And then in action event from the drop down, select the action event as create lead. Click on connect and select add new connection. Now here guys, we have to connect our Pipedrive account with Pabbly Connect. And to make this connection, we have to enter the API token of our Pipedrive account. Now here you must be thinking how you can get this API token to make the connection. So to get it, just go to your Pipedrive account and on the right top corner, here you can see this profile option. Just click on it and from the drop down, go to personal preferences. After coming to this personal preferences page, go to API. And then here you can see the API token of your Pipedrive account. Just copy this API token from here, go to Pabbly Connect and paste it over here. After this, just click on save. And when we click on save, we will see our Pipedrive account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the lead name. That what is the name of the new lead which we are creating in Pipedrive. So from Eventbrite responses of get attendee by order ID, here in this response, we have received response of the full name of the user. So we are going to map the same response of the full name of the user who has registered over here in this lead name. And once again, we are going to use the process of mapping. Just click here and from the drop down from Eventbrite get attendee by order ID responses, select the response of the full name. So just scroll down and this is it. Just select it and map it over here. Then it is asking us owner ID. So this will be the owner of this lead in my Pipedrive account. If you have created multiple owners in your Pipedrive account, in this drop down, you will see a list of all the owners and you can select your desired owner ID. Then the organization will be Pabbly over here. For example, in this organization, I want to create the lead using this automation. So I have selected it. And the person ID will be this demo user. Then it is asking us for the label. So from the drop down, what label you want to give to this lead. So these are all our hot leads because they have purchased the tickets. So we are selecting hot over here. Then it is asking us for the lead value. So we are just ignoring this lead value, lead currency or close date. If you want here in lead value, you can actually select the responses of Eventbrite and mention the amount and the value of the deals. Like here, you can see the major value, the response of the value, that what was the value of this lead. Just select it and map it. And here you can map the currency as well. So from the drop down, select the response of currency and it will be mapped. Then it is also asking us expected close date and visible to. So you can change these details as well according to your requirement. And then just click on save and send test request button. Now when we click on save and send test request guys, here you can see that we have received some response. And in this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the user whose details we have mapped over here, basically the same customer, the same registrant who has registered for our event in Eventbrite has been added as a new lead in Pipedrive. So let's check it. We will go to a Pipedrive account. We will go to leads section. And yes guys, here you can see that the same lead test attendee who has just now registered for our event in Eventbrite, you can see that same user has been added as a new lead in our Pipedrive account. Here you can see the same status, the same values, same email address and the same user. So in this way guys, you can see that we have successfully created a new lead in Pipedrive every time we receive a new registrant in Eventbrite. So here guys, we can see that we have successfully created this automation workflow using which whenever we are going to receive a new registration, a new order or a new ticket is sold in Eventbrite, automatically the user who has purchased the ticket or who has registered will be added as a new lead in our Pipedrive account. Now here guys, after setting up this automation, let's test this automation workflow once in real time. Once again, we will go to Eventbrite and we will copy the link of our event. We will go to Incognito tab and paste the same event link. And this time we are going to make another registration. We are going to place another order of a ticket. Click on this reserve a spot button and let's add the details of a new user over here. So here let me add a name as demo user. This is the name. This is the email address. Then let's enter the general admission details of the user, the same name and same email address once again. Select I accept and click on register. So just now we are going to place another order of a ticket on this Eventbrite ticketing page. And then here we have just now received an order. A user has registered for our event. And we will see instantly, automatically, the same user will be added as a new lead in our Pipedrive account. So we will just go to Pipedrive account and refresh this leads page once. And yes guys, here you can see that demo user, the same user whose details we have just now entered, who has just now registered for an event, has been added as a new lead over here in Pipedrive. So here guys, we have tested this automation workflow in real time and it is working absolutely fine. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications using Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of this exact same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can actually clone this exact same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this workflow for free. Also, let me tell you, Pabbly Connect offers you a free plan. And in this plan, you will get some free tasks every month into your own Pabbly Connect account. So if you want to try and test this automation, you can do it for absolutely free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestions and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.